Okay, what I am about to do is fix a couple things, and then I will start talking to you. Put it on top. There we go. Okay, so welcome. This is another 15-minute write. I have started a Fiverr account where I will write anything you want for 15 minutes. As getting the clients is kind of the interesting thing, and showing that I can do this is also the interesting thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you that I've got a 15-minute clock here. You can see that on the other video. I'll link to that in my face. I'm going to talk through this. Basically, it's at times exactly what I'm writing. Another monitor over on the other side is going to be a couple things. I'm going to pull from my buddy Ruben's suggestions. He has the night owl shift, waiting tables, and airports. I've got other suggestions, but we're going to start with Ruben. I'm going to pull all three of those together. The purpose of this is twofold. One, maybe it's more twofold, but the first one is, yes, I am arrogant enough to do this for 15 minutes and to have several pages of somewhat worthwhile text, and you can get this. I'm not going to put my name to it. If you want it, it's yours. Second, I like the challenge of writing about things and finding creative ways to talk about it, and as I'm getting older and more stuck in what I want to write, sometimes having these things thrown at me is interesting. Plus, if you're in need of something like this to get you started, then send me the request. I will have it fulfilled within 24 hours. You'll have it back. You'll have a video on YouTube you can go look at and see the craziness this goes on. You can see the whole 15 minutes. And then finally, I think as a professor of English, assistant professor of English, to be more accurate, it is a good way of showing that there's structure to writing, and that we start with a theme and an idea, and then we work through it. And the combination of all of those really, in my opinion, it's intimidating, but it helps students to understand that there really does have to be a structure, and that we have to start very quickly with the idea and the theme that we're dealing with, and we can't ignore that at any point in the process. So what I'm going to do for the next 15 minutes is, well, before that I'm going to set up the document. So it already is 1-inch margins. That's just the way I've got Microsoft set up, but I don't have it set up for the tab indent on the first every paragraph except for my first line. I don't have a title in it. I don't have a double spaced. So everything for me, 12-point font, pretty much serif font, unless you want something different, double spaced, and then we see where we go from there. And once I'm ready to go, I will hit the start button here, and once that starts counting down, I'll start writing. But before we get there, I have to come down here, and we're going to select the document. I'm going to figure out where the first line is. I'm going to select it. I'm going to come in. I'm going to go to paragraph, and the first line, in all honesty, I'm going to set up with an indent and then double space. Now I could do that up at the top, but I'm weird. Then next, I'm going to give myself a line. I'm going to backspace into this. Now, the title in things is important, as is that first paragraph. And basically what's going to happen is I'm going to throw in whatever title I want. I've got some ideas looking at what Ruben sent, night shift, waiting tables, airports. So we'll probably just stick with the first one, the night shift. Yes, I am stealing from Stephen King. Then we'll go down. And at this point, I will start writing for 15 minutes. I'll talk through parts of it. The vocal process can be important, at least to me. And as we go through this, then the output will be a video probably closer to 20 minutes and a document that I'll put in PDF format and upload somewhere so that you can get access to it if you want to see it. But so in order for this to happen, and what will happen in the future, is I'm just going to hit start, and I'm going to hit start, and we'll see that we're already counting down to 15 minutes, and I'll create a character. So character is Jessica, up and watched as the sun set west. He was upset, as usual, about her sleeping habits, especially since there had been a Forts in the news about how the night shift and cancer were somehow related. Okay, now I need to throw in here. My intent at the end of all this is going to be to go through and do basic fixes, but you get the point. Related, she worked. Her job was out near the airport in a small industrial district catered to both the passengers coming to and from the airport, as well as the overnight shift from the factory. Folly, that one, of ignorance. There are no options for her. Tables smiling to cry. Two things. Only car 15 engine spark plugs body where rust and weather and time had eaten away. Pulled into her regular heart spot at the back of the building, closer to one of the dozen hotels that were neighbor. The sky, the building, even the men's stores are all a part of the ambiance and suggest level of craving and wanton neglect that could only exist on the fringes of society. Jessica dreamed their life. She wanted to be more than a paycheck. temp who occasionally got sent out to this part of the city, or just a bum who made his way along the tracks, living on the fringes. Interesting. Items that she found, and looked down by the more money. Influence. Time isn't influence, but you know, whatever. Okay, so time influence. She tried not to care as her eyes over the picture. Pausing for a spell on photoshopped covers and art. Come on. That'll work. Altered appearances and possible states of affection meant to intimidate rather than she checked, swiping her badge through real time records. April shoe wear notepad, pen, notes. Everything she needed to customer experience. Hag, hag, place from program, return, still run a non-greasy spoon that had a short rubber crook. Waitresses slinging plates. She stumbled into position and previous checking the assignment sheet intersection. Preparing for red flight. Truckers. Oh, about 3 minutes left. Waiting to receive food or check or some notice that life was going ordered a plate of pancakes and some bacon. Side of hash brown and orange juice. About 51 seconds left. Turn to the counter and put the old man back and back and fixture handles not like the old way. Code words to indicate what is wanted without a specific statement. There we go. Okay, so now the time is up, and what happens here is I'm going to go back through, I'm going to fix spelling, so we will kill this, and then I don't have to worry about the timer anymore, so I'm going to shut that down. If it'll let me shut down. There we go. So there goes the timer. Now, spelling mistakes, they happen. I'm not going to worry about it. Hash browns is probably 2 words and not 1. Restaurant, they don't want the comma. I'm going to leave it alone because, come on, this is first draft, and I just hit, halfway through 3 pages pretty fast. The other half was halves. No, that's fine. Okay, pen and mince is no M. Mags, I'm going to leave that alone. This is probably a couple of fragments, but really pacing in writing is as much about full sentences as it is about fragments. I do have, other errors that your English teacher is going to tell you, that's bad. I don't care. So, here, let's see what it's going to tell me about. It suggests the grammar problem. I'm not going to care about that. This is a fragment. I'm really just looking to see if, for the red lines, for any problem words to see if I want to change it. Because I could change this from glossy mags to glossy magazines. I don't care enough, so we'll stick with that. But at this point, what happens is I'm going to save it. If you're a customer, I'm going to email it to you after I've uploaded the video so you can see the video. And then when I'm done with this, I'm going to upload the video. At some point, I'll probably go back through and edit the videos with opening titles and such. I don't know that I would do more than that. Honestly, I've considered doing these and going through an edit. I know that I will be doing other things on Fiverr, but at the moment, this is kind of the distraction that I like and need, and I think that it can be useful for you if you want it to be. But again, it's entirely up to you. If you're looking for something to riff off of, this can be it. I can see this going much further. I'm probably not going to touch it again, simply because Ruben sent it, and if you want something to do with it, go ahead, Ruben, I don't care. But at the same time, the poop on poop, the addiction one, this looks like a buddy of mine just sent a suggestion of, oh, there it is, hold on, how the Smurfs relate to real life, so Stephen. I will probably write about that. I've got a sister that suggested a bunch of things, but I need to go through and figure out what works and what doesn't, and what I'm willing to write about in this particular case and what I'm not, because I can get snarky. But really, that's the process. So 15 minutes of writing, I will dedicate the 15 minutes of writing exactly as you want it. You want me to do more than this, say 30 minutes of writing, really, I'm going to do it in 15-minute segments, but 2 purchases, 45 minutes the same as 3 purchases or 3 gigs, and so on. I will write as much and as long as you want me to. You can see that, almost 3 pages, and in this case, 798 words. Some people talk about 1,000 words. It's 15 minutes. I mean, that's what I'm selling. So, a quarter of an hour of my time. So, there you go. This is the process, and if you want me to do this for you, then go to Fiverr, look me up. I typically am smoking pen most places, and pay me some money. It's all right. Thanks.